So today I'm going to walk you through how I finished up organizing our laundry room and point out a couple little tips that I have for anyone else trying to get organized. Really, these tips apply to any area in your house. A few weekends ago, I took the time to finish an organization project. I had taken on our laundry room thinking, oh, this would be a good day project. Not a good day project. It took me a long time, and I had to leave it half done for a long time because I didn't have time to finish it. Our laundry room had seriously turned into a problem spot for us. It kind of became like a mini garage. Things that we weren't taking the time to actually put in the garage came into the laundry room. So our counters were covered and nothing made sense in here. Everything was kind of in odd places and not really where it needed to be. So I had initially come in and started doing a whole lot of categorizing and just figuring out exactly what needed to go where. And it was great, but as I was doing some of the organizing, I ran out of time. But I will say, inside of the cupboards look gorgeous. I had already taken the time in my last attempt to get it all organized to get bins and put things where they belonged. So that part felt good. So it's the opposite of what normally happens. The inside of the cupboards were fabulous. It was the outside. And there were a few drawers and things that I didn't have time to get to. All right, I've actually already cleared this space. You're like, it looks like stuff, Kristi. I have scrubbed this counter and the sink. It sparkles. It had all these stains in it, and I got out my Comet and my elbow grease, and I worked so hard. But what I discovered is I had two bins two drawers that had tools, and I had two toolboxes, and then I just had other areas that I was using for storing tools. So what I did is I have now cleaned out my toolboxes. The toolboxes are completely empty. The drawers are empty and clean. The storage containers that I've had for different things and the sorting containers are all, well, not that one. I'm going to wash that one. Are now clean. And then these are some of my bins for nails and screws and different things like that. So what I did to get organized is to categorize. So that is how you always want to start out with organizing things. Okay, one thing to note, I mentioned you have to categorize to organize. Categorizing is very important in the organizational process. And I actually go into depth in that in my new book. And in fact, a lot of the things that I mention here are all in the book coming out September 3rd. So excited. Master Organizer and Mayhem. M.O.M, baby. It's so fun, and I can't wait for you to read the book. But for now, I'm doing YouTube to give you guys some tips about how to find order in your home. Now, the main thing I want to point out is that, to me, organization is about creating efficiency in your home. So when I'm talking about categorizing, you're trying to categorize things so you can put them together. So you know exactly where things are that you need. Doesn't have to be pretty, doesn't have to be perfectly perfect to be efficient. In fact, here's the point. Really, I should have waited to film all of these videos until I had actually finished doing the decorating in this room. I don't care. It's fine. I don't like this wallpaper, by the way. I'm going to strip it down, put some cute little sticky wallpaper up that maybe bricks or something cute. But I'll add more to it later. For right now, it works, and I tell you, everyone is so happy that the laundry room actually has counters to fold clothes on again. As far as categorizing, I know you guys have heard of Marie Kondo, and one of the things that she does is she organizes the big picture by category. So she'll start with books and then move on to clothes, and she has large categories like that. I actually, as a mom, I don't suggest that for other families. Only because then your entire house is torn up at one time. What I suggest is that you start by a room or an area, and then within that area, categorize. All right, so this is the moment of truth. I obviously don't need that many Allen wrenches. I have these beautiful little pieces here. So a lot of these are going to find themselves a new home. These are the nitty gritty little teeny tiny pieces that were in some of these spaces here that I just don't want to keep spending time sorting the little tiny things. I want to move on. So instead of getting locked into the teeny tiny details, I'll sort this later. I know that this will have a home, or these things will find homes, but first I have to kind of figure out what I have. Now, I inherited some tools from both of my grandmas, and we obviously come to us if you have things, that you need to have fixed. That's what we look like right here, right? And so we don't need this many things. I'm going to go through and figure out what we actually need and what we don't need, and then I'm going to get them organized. This is the drawer after it's been used for several weeks now, so still in order. And I'm going to show you down here and how I categorized, organized. So note that since you can't see inside of the toolbox, I went ahead and labeled it so that we know exactly what's in there. Now, bins are awesome in most cases. And in this case, these bins are organized by project type. So like everything we need for sanding is right there. And kind of right there, it kind of overflowed. But all the drill bits and everything, that's all inside. But typically, I like to have open bins so I can grab it and go. But these bins are actually transportable. And so in this case, it actually works really handy for us. So what was crazy about this laundry room is that there wasn't any place to put a hamper. Go figure. The only spot that it would have worked is actually right by this window here, and it doesn't work because you've got a cupboard that opens and drawers that open. And so the hamper kept getting scooched from one side to the next side, from one side to the next side. And if anything was overflowing out of the hamper, you couldn't get into anything. And so it was very, very unorganized, and it drove me crazy. So I figured a good solution was to find some space where I could actually tuck a laundry basket in. So I took off the doors and I found a perfect fitting laundry basket to just slip right in there. So we have a nice tall hamper now, and that is where like all the dish towels and the extra things, all the mom things that need to get washed when you're potty training and all those different things that end up in your laundry room sink. Yeah, all those things, they go in there after they've dried. But you gotta have a hamper, someplace to put the dirty laundry. There's still, got the drawers right over there. There's like 3 drawers I haven't finished. Things are in there that need to be in there, so I know where they are, but they're not perfect. So I need to like kind of tweak those a little bit more. But for right now, for what we need in this period of time, the laundry room is officially organized.